It's great to be here in San Diego. How can you argue with this place? The sun shines, you're close to the waves, but we really do have a special guest here with us today. The San Diego Padres are in a unique spot. I mean, they've got a downtown stadium. They're surrounded in the Gaslamp district, so full of millennials. They've got traditional baseball people, scouts. Some of them, Coach Winky's been there in baseball for nearly 50 years. So they've got a really incredible array of people that use the network each day, people that go across the globe trying to find talent. They also have a unique business model. For those of you that go to Petco Park tonight, they actually have their contact center agents right there in the park. You know, most franchises, that's in some strip mall 30 miles away. Their whole organization, end to end, is built on how they communicate and how they communicate seamlessly. That's part of their business model. And that's what really makes it exciting. The gentleman I'm about to introduce is an IT guy first that happened into baseball. And you may think, wow, that's got to be a great job. I can't wait I'd love to have that job. It sounds pretty great until you realize about every 3 days, there's not just a few people looking at what he's doing. There's hundreds of thousands of people looking at what he does every day. And it's not just baseball games, it's Rolling Stone concerts, it's Taylor Swift concerts, everything you can imagine. So with that, please help me welcome to the stage the Director of IT at the San Diego Padres, Ray Chan. Thanks, Ray. And let's sit you right there. So Ray, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your role at the Padres, if you would, please.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here today. I'm glad to have all of you here in San Diego. We happen to have perfect weather, so I'm sure you guys don't mind being out here. My role with the Padres is head of technology, and as I have that role, really have to oversee everything, like you said, from end to end, both on the IT infrastructure as well as the software infrastructure, and servicing a lot of our customers throughout the organization, from sales to executives to baseball operations. We really touch everything in regards to baseball. And really, IT has become kind of like the lifeblood of the operations. We're in the shadows, we're doing our jobs, keeping lights on, but more than ever before, they really rely on technology as a whole.
So talk a little bit more about that. Speak to the challenges you guys face in terms of how you deliver that seamless communication to maybe somebody that's scouting in Korea or Japan or in the Dominican Republic, or what you have going on at your facility, spring training facility in Arizona. And how does your team help give the organization a competitive edge?
Absolutely. You talk about baseball metrics and analytics and all that other stuff. We look at technology as a competitive edge in sports, and that starts really at the front office level with our employees. And keeping them connected is something that we really want to kind of take to the next level. We do have scouts scattered throughout the globe, primarily, doing their jobs. We have a facility out in Peoria, Arizona, as well as one down in the Dominican Republic. And for a while we were segmented. Everybody kind of had their own little system there, but now we're able to kind of take and converge all that into one platform with Mitel. And that's really what we're looking to do, is give the customer, in our case, our employees, the same experience that they would have here at Petco Park, no matter where they're at, no matter what device they're using.
That's great. Talk a little bit about the fan base, because, again, we're surrounded here in the Gaslamp district. You heard earlier we talked about mobile consumers, what they expect. We talked about millennials entering the workforce. So talk first a little bit about your fan base and what they expect, and then talk about the changes in your own work environment and what your workforce expects.
Absolutely. We have the largest sales staff in all of baseball. And to your point, we do have a young, tech-savvy millennial group here that expects to be able to connect to whoever their sales agent is seamlessly. And what we're able to do now is be able to take these calls and identify who's calling, route them to the right agent, so they have that personalized experience whenever they want help or whenever they're buying tickets. The contact center allows us to do that now, and tying that into our CRM system allows us to identify who that person is.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your kind of what's on your horizon. You've got a little event where you go from having millions of people watching every night to literally having tens of millions of people watch you in just a few months. Talk a little bit about what's going on with the All-Star game, if you don't mind.
Yeah, the All-Star game, absolutely.
It's a little small event.
Yeah, just about that big. But yeah, the All-Star game, obviously, guys, it's a huge event. It's not just a game. It's 4 days of baseball and celebration of baseball, and really a chance for us to showcase the city. We're going to have tons of broadcasters coming on board. We're going to have MLB out there. We're going to have you fine fans out there as well. And to put on a production like that takes a lot. I mean, it's not just about internet connectivity. It's being able to keep these guys connected with their teams. And by going to this cloud-based solution, we're able to deploy a lot more quickly. We're able to be agile out there. Whereas before, we may have to take some time pulling some cable, cross-connecting some old analog phones, getting POTS lines. That's not an issue anymore. As long as there's an internet drop wherever they're at, which we'll be able to provide a lot easier, we can just plug in a phone and deploy it out to whoever really needs that. And that's not just a desk phone per se. We can put it on a mobile device just as well.
That's great. You talked a little bit about kind of the migration to the cloud for flexibility. You just touched on mobile. You know, as you finish, I'd really be interested in how those two components, cloud and mobile, tied to your customer experience, really helped shape the decision and why you chose to go with Mitel.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at technology and the way it's moving so quickly, we really need to put a platform down, a foundation down that we're able to grow with and scale with and not have to constantly have to replace in a couple of years. And in doing that, you have to partner up with somebody who's a leader in the industry. Mitel came to me, basically introduced cloud first. It wasn't about the old PBX type configuration. So that was very intriguing to me because I knew going forward, we would always have the latest and greatest features available to us. So in answering your question, that was important because it wasn't just about the experience you have sitting there at your desk. It's about being able to have that same experience no matter where you're at around the world, no matter what type of device you're using. And we want to provide that for our scouts. And that's where the competitive edge really comes in because now we're really quick to be able to collaborate with teams and have everybody in the same consistent platform. And yeah, that's what we're looking at. That really was the disruptive technology that kind of swayed me there.
Hey, Ray, it's a privilege to be a part of your team, and thank you for challenging us, and thanks for coming out today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wes.
Great.